We all have at least played one of those shitty cartoon games when we were younger. You know, from games like Cartoon Defense, Stick Fight, and Stickman Legends. Fuck, I got scammed. But today I want to talk about a particular game, which stuck with me the most. Cartoon Wars. Let's rewind back to the year 2009 and 2010, where mobile games were starting to rise in popularity. This is where I would look back at this time as the golden age of mobile games, with games like Fruit Ninja, Angry Birds, and many more iconic childhood games. This was also the time where the brand new iPhone 3G was first released into the public. A year after its release, my dad was finally able to purchase the new iPhone. This was also the time where 6-year-old me would first discover the world of mobile gaming. This is around the time of where the first installment of Cartoon Wars was released onto the App Store, where one of my friends had gotten his very own iPod Touch, and oh my god, this is what every kid wanted back in the day, and that silver lining, oh man. Anyways, this would be where I first discovered Cartoon Wars, where one of my friends during this time was playing this stick figure looking game. Well man, did this game stand out to me in so many ways. Being a 6-year-old kid at the time and seeing a bunch of stick figures that were holding spears and ninja stars was by far one of the coolest things as a kid, but still not as cool as a conductor. I then installed Cartoon Wars onto my dad's iPhone, and man was this game amazing. While looking back, it didn't have the greatest visuals, music, and level design. Holy shit, level 28 was every kid's torment. I mean, how the hell am I meant to kill this thing? It was literally unkillable. But despite all of this, it was an amazing game. With a simple UI, unique cast of troops, upgrades, enemies, and music, all presented to the player, giving you complete control over how to play and approach the game. Having to tilt your screen like a boat to see if enemies were coming to stampede your base, and trying not to kill your own troops with the turret was by far one of the most stressing moments when playing this game. But with all great things in life, it doesn't last forever. While this game allowed you to spam ninjas and completely annihilate the enemy's base within seconds, there were some downfalls, like with some levels where enemies were literally unkillable when you played higher levels. Nothing brought me more fear when I see a serpent spawn. Jesus, it still strikes fear into my heart to this day. Oh my god. With levels feeling really repetitive at times, and my goodness, don't get me started on the upgrades, and mix in the fact that this game doesn't have an ending, I lost interest in this game after playing it for 3 weeks straight, and like any other kid back then, I moved to Angry Birds or whatever game was popular back then. I couldn't blame myself. But it wouldn't be until another year where Gameville would make its first major breakthrough. A year went flying by, and Gameville released 2 games during the span of 2010 and 2011. Cartoon Wars 2 Heroes and Cartoon Wars Gunnin'. Oh my goodness! These games were a masterpiece! Look at the graphics. Oh my lord, the combat, the characters, new enemies, and there were cutscenes. Oh my goodness! Someone give this game Game of the Year. God of War, get out of the way. Cartoon Wars 2 Heroes was a massive step up from the original game. I mean, just entering the main menu screen and hearing the epic music was enough to get any kid hyped up to play this game at the time. What was more impressive to me, replaying this game again almost 10 years after its release, was its use of showing but not telling. There is no dialogue at all during these cutscenes, but you can clearly see what was going on, where the king of the cartoon people kicked out the weird eyeball looking stick figures out of the kingdom. Cartoon Wars 2 offered different things like playing a hero which can grant you special abilities, and an access to a wide range of upgrades like SP. What the hell? And a bunch of other upgrades which I had no idea what half these upgrades even do. A wider range of enemies which can basically translate to more annoying enemies that can't die. But the good thing is that Gameville made it somewhat easier with the addition of new troops that just, oh my god, made life so much easier. God bless the angels, man. But to top all of this off, there were different game modes, like when you press the top left corner you can play standing defense, blah blah blah, boring stuff, man. Or for the first time you can play hero mode, where you get to run around eliminating enemies, where this game mode would basically give you the freedom to move around and shoot the grey weirdos. It'll be the first time that players will be able to play as a hero, different acts, levels, and even an ending. Oh my goodness. This game probably features the first and last ending in all Cartoon War games. I can go on and on about how amazing this game is, but we would be here the entire day. This game didn't have any real issues other than it takes hours and hours to grind and get the upgrades that you need in order to beat the levels. And of course, like any other mobile game, it had well, other than some of the bullshit levels, it was a great game, but it wasn't until another year later that my favorite game of the Cartoon Wars series would be released. Cartoon Wars Gunner was the game that I by far sink the most hours into than any other Cartoon Wars game. It was basically a mashup of Cartoon Wars and Cartoon Wars Heroes, but you get to play as the hero the entire game. Looking back, this game was by far the simplest of the Cartoon Wars series. I mean, it's just basically boils down to buy upgrades, die, buy new gun, die, buy more upgrades, and just die again. Then just purchase more gold with your mum's credit card. Or you can just jailbreak it by watching a YouTube tutorial on it. Oh my god. Dude, I can't even see the game. I remember spending countless hours playing this game, despite knowing that this game basically never ends, and all you get are these helmet eyeball looking enemies that don't die. Oh my gosh, nothing in this game dies. But one Arvo, after I'd finally finished level 200 or something, that would be one of the last times I played Cartoon Wars. Sure, I played a bit of Cartoon Wars Blade and Cartoon Wars 3 over the years, but those games just weren't the same as the first 3 games in the franchise. I know I'm gonna get some shit for this, but it just wasn't as fun as the other games. The game was just getting too complex and saturated to the point where it was just confusing and not fun anymore. Maybe I just played too many of those stick figure games, or that other games just seemed more fun and enjoyable back then. But I think one of the main reasons why I drifted away from Cartoon Wars as a whole was that I just grew up. But there's still one question that hasn't been answered. What is Cartoon Wars? Cartoon Wars to me is a game that represents the stupid stick figures that I drew back when I was a kid, where having a game where you can control a stick figure and kill monsters was by far the coolest thing that any kid could have ever wanted back then. It was also the fact that it was different from any other popular mobile game during this time. I mean, who else can make a game with stick figures that was fun and enjoyable? Whether it be me killing enemies by spamming those ninjas, running around and dodging bullets, eye shots, and God knows what those things are, and shooting enemies, or saving up for that one upgrade. This game provided me with some of the most enjoyable mobile gaming experiences I had when I was just a little kid. I would like to personally thank Gameville for making such an enjoyable franchise. The music, the gameplay, and the art style really made this game worth my time. So thank you, Gameville, for making such an enjoyable game.